Hi, Taurus. Let's ring you in. If you're wearing earbuds, you may want to turn down your volume. Yay! Taurus, welcome in, my love. Welcome in. Let me tell you about your energy when I was walking into it, okay? Your energy is very similar to Sagittarius's energy. Sagittarius's energy was having a lot to do in a very unmotivated energy. Your energy is really truly not having anything to do in a restless energy. Taurus, you need to be in a period of rest right now. I don't know why. It's different for all of you. Okay? You know why you need to be resting now more than I do. Maybe you're recovering from a surgery. Maybe you've been sick. I don't know, Taurus. I don't know. But you should be in a rest period right now. And instead, you have been letting your mind run wild and make up things for you to do. You ain't got nothing to do, Taurus. You ain't got nothing to do. There's nothing on your to-do list except for rest. You need to prioritize your rest because not prioritizing your rest has gotten you to where you are right now. Your energy is down in the dumps. Your energy is down in the dumps. Like I said, you're tired. You're sick and tired. Your libido is down. Everything in your energy is down. What Spirit is showing me is a campfire. And all I see is just little burning embers, you know. Taurus, you're supposed to be a bonfire, okay? There's a reason why people like having you around, okay? You are a bonfire. But you're not feeling like that right now, and that's okay. You're allowed to rest. You don't have to burn so brightly all the darn time. You don't have to be 100% all of the time. You don't have to be 100% of the time. Thank you, Spirit. And feeling like you have to be on point all of the time, like I said, has put you into the position that you are at. You are down in the dumps because you always feel like you have to be on. I'm seeing something about a workhorse. Honeydew, honeydew this, honeydew that. Something has got to give here, Taurus. Okay, a revamp of your routine, because it's your routine that's been working you to the bone, okay? For some of you Taurians, this is a job that honestly you need to leave. Like, it's high time for you to have left this job, and you know it. You know this job is literally sucking the life force out of you. You don't want to be there. You dread every morning your alarm goes off. But one thing I know about Taurians is that y'all have a hard time with change. Okay, y'all like routine. Okay, deviating from your usual routine, y'all are creatures of habit. Let's be real, Taurus. Deviating from your usual routine, it's uncomfortable for you. It's uncomfortable, but this down in the dumps energy you're in, you're being asked to deviate from your normal routine, okay? Shake things up a little, because Spirit is saying if you do not dare to shake things up, there's going to be divine intervention. All right. You don't want the universe to come and shake things up for you. Believe me. Okay. So, like I said, for some of you, it could be something big, like quitting this toxic work environment, and finding a new job. This could be something small, like, I don't know, I'm seeing more physical movement, like exercise to your routine. Okay. Some of you, that may feel like a big task. Whatever it is, you know better than I do. Okay. Just something to deviate from your normal routine. Okay. And you can most definitely expect to be uncomfortable at first. Okay. But the uncomfortability, how brief it is much better than what you're feeling right now. This brief period of uncomfortability from deviating from your normal routine is going to be better than what you're feeling, what you're doing, what you're experiencing now. Okay? Be bold. Okay, be bold to try something new. It's okay, Taurus. You can always revert back to your old ways if you really want to, but your old ways haven't really been working for you, have they? I'm seeing old thought processes here for some of you, just your ideas about people and your ideas about how the way the world should work, or does work. Heck, I'm even seeing something here about your ideas about a neighbor. Maybe you thought you had some ideas about a neighbor that just really might not be true. And maybe you're taking that step to deviate from your normal routine and you actually get to know this neighbor. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it is for you, Taurus. But the big thing here is stepping outside of a comfort zone. Yeah, it kind of puts a bad taste in your mouth thinking about doing that. I get it, Taurus. I get it. That's your thing. That's how you are. You are steadfast in your ways. You are an earth. I get it. That's your thing. That's how you are. You are steadfast in your ways. You are an earth sign, okay? Unmoving. But baby Taurus, if you want to move out of this energy you're feeling, you're gonna have to move. Okay? And I could literally be meaning physically move for some of you. Some of y'all really need to really get physical. Move your body. There's a lot of stiffness in joints here. Like, y'all are not feeling your age. You're feeling much older than your age. I'm hearing geriatric. You are not geriatric, okay? You're a little out of shape and maybe you just need to stretch a bit more, Can you touch your toes? I'm hearing something about, can you touch your toes? How well do you get yourself up off the ground? Oh, how well can you get yourself up off the ground? Because if you were to fall, can you get yourself back up? If you've got children or pets, in a case of emergency, are you strong enough to carry them out? Oh, Taurus, these are some good questions. Spirit's got some questions for you, Taurus. And I feel like in order for you to move out of your usual routine, and step out of your comfort zone, you're going to have to find your why. Okay, why am I stepping out of my comfort zone? Why am I daring to be bold? Why? If you find your why, it's going to empower you to keep stepping forward, okay? To keep trying new things. It's just the way the world works, but don't take my word for it, Taurus. Try it for yourself. What else for Taurus, Spirit? Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you for thinking of me. What else for Taurus spirit? I'm hearing, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. I get that. I get that. And right now, it's okay if you don't feel like doing this. This idea just sounds really not fun. And that's because you're supposed to be in a period of rest right now, of rest and reflection, restoration, all of the R's. You're supposed to be sitting and thinking about these things, asking yourself your why, you know. They're showing me, what am I seeing here? I'm seeing you as a sphere that has like imploded or exploded, and there's fragments of you all around this like light. And it's like you're supposed to take these fragments and replace them with new ones. And that would be like the new routines, new mindsets, and getting rid of old fragments, old mindsets, old routines, and putting this sphere back together. Really interesting picture. Whatever. I just got to share with you what they're showing me. Get a sippy sip. Yummy. Breathing, Taurus, breathing. You may have been catching yourself either not breathing or holding your breath. To help you settle in to this rest period that you're supposed to be in, Taurus, you're being asked to really focus on your breathing, you know, work on doing breath work. I'm struggling to breathe right now. There just really needs to be a pause, Taurus. You really just need to pause, because it's just go, go, go. Like I feel like there's a to-do list, but there is no to-do list for you, Taurus. There's nothing for you to do at this time besides rest. And it's like you're not comfortable in rest. You don't know how to be comfortable in rest. And this could be for a number of reasons. Maybe you grew up in an unrestful household, you know, a household that you had to walk on eggshells, you know. Maybe that's why you have trouble being in a resting state. Maybe that's the routine you have to break out of, Taurus. You know, maybe being at rest is a discomfort zone for you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you can learn to be at rest comfortably. You really can. And funnily enough, crazily enough, and I know this may sound too simple, but you really should try working on breathing first. Because when you're breathing, you're bringing in more oxygen. You're allowing your blood to flow in a more natural state, relaxing your body. 5 minutes, I'm hearing 5 minutes. Give yourself 5 minutes of just breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth for the count of 4, count of 5, 4 or 5, I don't know, something like that. Whatever works for you. It's different for all of you. But mainly, and you're like, when do you do this? You know, because obviously, Taurus, you don't know how to sit still long enough to breathe. You know, it's trying this out when you catch yourself not breathing, when you catch yourself holding your breath. That is the perfect time just to shut your eyes and think of it like a reset. Excuse me. A reset or a pause. Realigning with your sim self. That's really weird. Your sim self. I don't know. Maybe you play The Sims. Maybe you speak Simlish. That's funny. Anywho, what else for Taurus spirit? Let me uncross my leg. It's falling asleep. See, Taurus, my leg falls asleep better than you do. I'm seeing a lot of restless nights, insomnia, and you're just up at all hours doing nothing. You're literally doing nothing because there's nothing for you to do besides rest right now. You just gotta lay in bed, baby. Close your eyes and focus on breathing. That is counting sheep. You ever hear that to help you go to sleep, counting sheep? I mean, you put it on like some kind of binaural beats, something that kind of mimics a heartbeat, you know, a rhythm, gives you a rhythm to breathe to. Because you Taurus are way out of rhythm. So maybe binaural beats can help you get back into the swing of things after this little restful period. Your dreams, there are messages here in your dreams that your spirit team has been trying to send to you, and they can't even send you no messages because you haven't been sleeping. They can't even get you down for a 15-minute nap, Taurus, to send you a message. Dang. It's okay, I'm here. I'm going to help them out. We're sending you messages right now. And your message is sleep. Your phone, put your phone down. The crawling into bed, getting super comfortable, and then putting that blue light screen in your face and scrolling. I thought we were trying to calm the brain activity down, not stimulate it, you know. Give your nervous system a break, baby. Give it a break. Thank you, Spirit. There it is. Overstimulation in your cards. There is so much overstimulation here. It's okay. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down. We're going to change this because you're at a point where something has got to give. Something's got to change. And you know something's has got to change, Taurus. My foot's falling asleep. Oh, no, I don't like when it does that because then, hang up. Okay, sorry. One second. Okay. Wake up. Little Susie, wake up. Okay, sorry. Anywho. Whirlwind woman, you said you don't dream. You know what? Let's talk about this for a moment, you know, because I was talking to my cousin about people who don't dream. And I believe we all do dream. I just don't think we always remember our dreams immediately, you know? Because recently, this is so crazy, this is coming up now, divine timing. Recently, I have been remembering dreams that I had like a decade or more ago. And they've been coming out of nowhere, just flooding me. I'm like, whoa, I remember that dream. I had that dream when I was like 27. What the hell? And I'm just now remembering. I'm remembering places and faces. I don't know. I think we all dream. I just think we remember our dreams when we're supposed to remember them. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to share that tidbit since you mentioned it. One repetitive dream, and it's always the same dream, just a different version. How curious. How curious. Do you ever take note of the differences every time you have that dream, because I feel like if the dream is repetitive, but there are certain things that are different, it is what is out of place that you will find your message. One of these things is not like the other. For example, you dreamt of a black cat walking down the hallway, and at the end of the hallway, it goes through the door on the left. But the next time you have the dream, the cat goes down the hallway, and it goes down the whore. Why did I just say whore? That's terrible. The door to the right. Okay. So you take note of that. Okay, yes, there was a black cat. The hallway was the same. There was a door on the left and the door on the right, but it went through the left door the first time and now the right door. Okay, I'm going to take note of that. And you just take note of any variation, just the small variations. Yes, I feel like they're puzzle pieces. Yeah. Oh, he's probably knocking on Taylor's door. Speaking of doors. Anywho, yes. You're welcome. You're welcome, Whirlwind Woman. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I either need to be on a cruise ship, and this cruise ship represents safety, but I don't want to be on an island. You don't want, so you need to be on a cruise ship, but you don't want to be on, you just want to be on the boat? She just wants to go. She said, don't put me anywhere. What's on the island? I wonder. What's on the island? You ever seen that movie, The Island, with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson? Ooh, there's so many messages in that movie, let me tell you. Hey, maybe you need to watch that movie, Taurus. The Island. Excuse me, let me get a little sippy sip. All right, Spirit, what else for Taurus? And for those of you just joining in and you want to view this whole message, I will be uploading this live to my YouTube channel. The link of my YouTube channel is in the description of my bio. Something bad's going to happen. I see what you mean by how the cruise ship is safety. You know what that kind of reminds me of? The movie 2012, and spoiler alert if you've never seen this movie, they build arks. And y'all know what the ark is. Think Noah's Ark. They built arks to save people when the Armageddon came, end of the world 2012. Maybe you need to watch that movie too. I feel like there's a message there too. Ooh. Glorious. All right, Spirit. Let's tie this into a nice, beautiful bow for Taurus. Let's wrap it up. Please and thank you. Do-do-do. Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. Yeah. Definitely not risk taker energy. Because I feel like for you, Taurus, while you take advantage of this rest period, like, I feel like the changes you want to make to your everyday life feel risky. and you are weighing the risks more than you are weighing the pros of deviating from your normal routine, you know? And I gotta say to that, maybe you should look at all the good that could happen. You know, all the possibilities that could happen from just making a small change up. You know, it doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Even the smallest change to your daily routine can make a world of difference. But don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Amen. But you should feel free to get excited about all of the wonderful possibilities. And maybe that's the mindset, that little change up that you need to change. Remember, I spoke about that sphere, that shattered sphere in pieces, that you take pieces and discard some, replace others, you know? Maybe the mindset of everything that could go wrong needs to be taken out of your sphere, reprogrammed into getting excited about everything that could go right. Wow. There are no risks involved when you want to make a change for the better, you know? Your reality is down in the dumps. It don't feel too great being with you here, Taurus. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm here with you. And it's so good to know that you don't have to be in this position, this energy, for much longer should you choose not to. This always boils down to choice. Exercise your free will, baby, to take a risk. Exercise your free will to do something different than what you have been doing. But all that after you rest and reflect. Because remember, there's nothing for you to do right now, Taurus, besides rest. Something about recovery, like I picked up a surgery earlier. Taurus, let's ring you out, babe. Mm-hmm. I love that. Your sound bowls arrived? How exciting! Oh my gosh. I want to share my dream with you. I would love to see millions of people have a set of sound bowls and we all play them at the same time. You want to know a little story? There used to be big, giant bells all across the world. And man, they would chime. And if you've ever heard a real big church bell chime, it stops you dead in your tracks, you know? It makes you pause. It makes you reset. And funnily enough, what they don't want you to know is that that's exactly what the bells were designed for. The bells were designed to chime at 6 a.m., noon o'clock, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., 9 p.m., and midnight. After midnight until 6 a.m., they would not chime, because that is the time that belongs to the night and all of its wonderful creatures. But during the day, when those bells would chime, it would reset civilians. Everybody would stop what they were doing, close their eyes, and breathe. Bring them back into themselves. Because you got to think, when you're out there in the real world, when you're out there in the matrix, your mind, your body, your energy is everywhere everything all at once, talking to everybody's trying to get something from you, whatever it is. When you're out there in the matrix, it just ain't safe. Okay. You got to protect yourself out in these streets. So slowing down the world, that's how they did it, was through the church bells. When the bell tolls midnight, strikes midnight, it was just for a pause. And at midnight, you better be behind closed doors, because once the night came, there was no protection. The night does not belong to us. I wish more people realize that. Nothing good happens after midnight. Lord have it. Oh, man. But no, they took down those bells. They took down so many bells across the world and destroyed them. What on earth? Why would you destroy church bells? Why? That's why. That's why they did it. Because can you imagine the world stopping and pausing in this day and age? No, we'd never get anything done. We can't have the civilians and people of this earth reset and relax for a moment, take a breather. No, they must always be go, 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 go. Now. Produce, consume. Frequency irritates demons. But that's a topic for another day. Oh yeah, definitely. You can look it up. Look it up. There is some little documentaries on it. For example, a good way to look it up if you're interested, go on YouTube and type into the search bar what happened to all of the bells. That's all you have to type into the search bar, and it'll take you down a very interesting rabbit hole. If you must be on your phone scrolling when you should be resting, Taurus. Ooh. Oh, good gracious. All right, my darlings. That is everything I have for you this evening. Again, thank you so much for the likes, and hello to my new followers. Do I get any vibe about that? Is so funny. I don't know if you were here earlier in the message. I did pick up a surgery, and the whole message was just about resting and recovery. So if you do have a surgery planned, it feels like smooth running, and recovery is 100% up to you. You have to allow yourself to recover. But yeah, it's funny. I did pick up a surgery, so there should be no concerns over it. It'll be smooth and everything will go as planned. It's after surgery that is so very important. So very important. I'm seeing somebody trying to mow the lawn after having kidney surgery. If that's you, let's not do that. Okay, let's just relax. But again, if you do want to see this full message, I am going to have it uploaded to my YouTube here within the hour. Again, the link for my YouTube is in the bio. But until next time, my darlings, remember that God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.